Hello guys, today we're going to be doing a video on Elden Ring using the RTX 3060 Ti. We're using a Ryzen 2700X with 32 GB of RAM running at 3200 MHz. Alright, let's jump into the settings. Going to be using a keyboard and mouse, but I know you should be using a controller for this type of game. Here are the settings. On the high preset, I will turn off motion blur, and I'll keep everything else just the same, just to keep it as to its defaults. I think the FPS is capped to 60. I can't really find, don't really see anything in the settings. I just want to thank you guys for the support that you've been showing the videos. We're almost at 400 subscribers, and the channel has 4,000 returning viewers, which is nuts. So thank you for all the support you're showing me, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Alright, we are out in the main area. This is the intro level. This is like the first area out of the intro level. And our GPU jumped up to 60% usage, 60 to 70% usage from it was in the 40s before. Just gonna walk around trying to find. Okay, that's why we're gonna go up there then. Oh, that was a. Oh my god, that was a big stutter just then. We dipped into the 40s for a second. Now that could be because we're loading a new area and it's like a one-time thing, or it could be a consistent thing where it happens every time you go from over there to over here. Hey, yo, what's up? Squirrels, okay. Fight these guys. The fighting feels very fluid. The AI though, I don't know what they're doing. These just... Oh, that was so... What was that stuttering just then? That was big. I shouldn't be showing that guy. Look at that, another big stutter just then. Wow. This is not... That is not good performance. Sometimes we get really bad dips, even though it's capped to 60. Like the game has capped the FPS to 60, it's still struggling to hold it. Jump the preset up to maximum. Go in there, turn off motion blur. Now I'm trying to think of something that would cause us to stutter. I mean, it must be a CPU issue, I would guess, right? Okay, I've got to reset. I still can't believe that it shows the Xbox buttons instead of the keyboard and mouse settings. So, like, what is the point? Forcing people to get Xbox controllers? What if you're playing on a PlayStation controller? Then what? Okay, looking at our GPU usage, we had 66%, 64 to 66% while we were outside in this area, so gonna see what kind of a bump we get. 75, 78, okay. Wow, this game is intense. Very intensive game to run. The game does look a lot better though. It looks very clear. Oh, sheep. What's up, dude? Now, I'm gonna go ahead and run that way again like I did before, just to get to that little... Nope. Don't wanna look at that guy. That guy doesn't exist. What's up, buddies? Now, so far, in this run, we haven't run into any lagging or stuttering, but on high settings, it happened 4 or 5 times in a span of 3 minutes or 4 minutes. So I wouldn't be surprised if this happens again. But maybe it's just a one-time thing. Maybe it's just the first time we load in, it just lags a little bit. Ow. Let's see, I'll walk that way again. Oh, it happened again. We just gotta... Oh, that was big. That was a big drop. Okay, it seems to happen every time. Now, the game never told me which button is heal, and I'm playing on a keyboard and mouse. And I'm used to playing Dark Souls on a controller, so... I don't know what button is heal. Oh, wow, that lag. I'm gonna die. Looking at our VRAM, 4 gigs. It's not too intensive on the VRAM side, which is nice, since we only have 8. I just wish the FPS was more consistent, because the game does run well. Like it doesn't use a lot of GPU power. Like we got plenty to spare, 1080p, but just the drops are so high. Like the amount of drops that you get are a lot. So the game is very buggy so far. And I've also got to add that I did install a day 1 patch that came out. So the game is up to date. We got the newest drivers. So the game shouldn't really... Ow. Stop it. GPU usage is sitting at 80%. So we... From 1080p high to 1440p high, we gained 20% GPU usage. And obviously we are getting the same... Oh, these drops are insane. How often they happen, and how bad they feel. May I have my souls back? Nice. Okay, that was a good hit. The rate at which the stuttering is happening and the lagging is happening is just too high. It kind of ruins the experience of the game. GPU usage is sitting at 90%, so we are maxed out now. At 1440p at maximum settings, you max out the GPU for the most part. So VRAM usage hasn't changed. We still are sitting at 4 gigs, which is interesting, since we are playing at 1440p now. Oh, the stuttering is happening way more often now. Oh wow, that was really bad. Yep, happened again. And something else to keep in mind is that in games like Dying Light 2, you can get FPS drops. You know, I'll take you to the 50s and all that, and that you don't really feel it for the most part. It's still playable. In this game, if you get a little dip, even like a 2 FPS dip, you feel it and it kind of ruins the experience. Okay, 4K high is just not happening. I might try it 4K on the low settings just to see if you can play it in 4K, but that's after I'll test the maximum settings out. Now this game at 40 FPS feels awful. Yeah, like there's just like you can tell that it's not a delay, it's micro stutters as you like do an action. Now I want to see what kind of an FPS dip we get once we get into once we get that huge little. I'm just gonna run around until we get the dip, because it's bound to happen. There it is. We dipped to 30 FPS. Oh wow, that's 31 FPS. Like, it's not the most accurate since we can't. We're only in the starting area of the map. There could be some areas that are way more intensive than this, like how it was in Dark Souls 1. That was like a swamp level and it tanked your FPS. So that could definitely happen with this game as well, but we just don't know. And I don't want to spoil the levels, so we're just gonna be in the first level. So just keep in mind that you could be getting a worse FPS than this. Mouse movement also feels weird now as well. I can move my camera and it doesn't move. Properly. We haven't gotten the FPS drop yet, which is surprising. As if that's just it. Bye bye. I really want to get this FPS drop. Come on. Mushrooms. Maybe the game... Oh, there it is. But honestly, the sweet spot here is 1440p max settings. That's the sweet spot. You can, pretty much maxes out the GPU and you sit at 60 FPS until you get those drops, which will happen. But that is like the sweet spot. That's the setting to be running the game at. And the game doesn't have DLSS or FSR. I looked through the settings and I didn't see them. Maybe okay. 4K low does look worse. There's so much popping going on. There's way, like, the shadows are popping in and popping out. This is just not playable like this. Yeah, just play the game at 1440p max settings or high. Okay, stop that. There it is, 45 FPS. Oh, happening twice in a row. So I think I'll end the video here, guys. I hope you found it useful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like and a subscription will be highly appreciated.